Hey guys, this is Dr. Edwards. I'm at Tarleton State University, and some students from another class wanted to have an interview with me, and so I decided to share it with y'all. So here we go. We have a few questions, and we're going to go ahead and get started. The first question is, what sparked your interest in the communication field, and how has your perspective in life in general shifted over your career? Wow, that's a big one, because I've been at Tarleton almost 20 years, and it's been a blast. And so the communication field has changed so much before I got here. We'll just say like AI wasn't really like the thing that it is right now. And then also, social media was becoming a new and different field. So I was able to like really break ground in that area along with my colleagues. And so we were really able to change how people felt and interacted with social media. So that was a big thing. And so it has changed so much. But my interest sparked in communication because I was a former high school debater. And so I loved it. And it made me think critically about so many different issues, many sides of many different issues that you see in the news today. And so that is something that really sparked my interest in the communication field. Okay, the second question is, which interaction with a student made you think this is why I teach? My first trip with undergraduate students was to the Southern States Communication Association Conference in Little Rock, Arkansas. And so we all boarded planes and we headed to Arkansas, and it was great because that was my first experience traveling with students. Didn't quite know what to expect, but it went wonderfully. And so I remember we gathered around the Peabody Hotel fountain, and you have the little ducks swimming. And so they actually bought cupcakes for me earlier that day and wrote on the actual cupcake holder. And it's funny, I still have this. This thing is like old, but I still have this. And it says, "Thank you so much for all you do, Dr. Edwards. Love the girls." And so they all signed it. And they all have different names now, but they are amazing. And so I still keep in contact with them because they made such a big difference in my life. But not only that one, I will tell you, because of that, I love traveling with students. And so one of the big pieces of me traveling with students included cruises. And so we did cruises for our study abroad adventures because they were able to get behind the scenes tours with a certain cruise line that goes out of Texas. We were able to ask questions about like international pieces. And so that was such a big thing for us because we were able to truly figure out exactly what it is like working for a cruise line. And so that was something that also reinforced like why I teach. And so I loved working with them as well. Also, in reference to Tarleton News, traveling with the Navy, have you been have you been drawn to considering moving to another country, and what calls you back home? So I love Australia. I absolutely love it. It has so many parallels to the U.S., but it's very different. And so I would, if I were to move anywhere, I would definitely move to Australia because it's a very neat country. And so it's as large or larger than the US. And I didn't know that. That's not what our maps reflect in the US. And so I would definitely move there. And what calls me back home? My family, y'all. My family is amazing. And so, and also my unit, my Navy unit is here as well for now. And so that's what calls me back home: duty and also teaching. Let's see, number 4. Have there been obstacles you've had to overcome? What was it and what did you learn? So, yeah, lots of obstacles, but directly focused on my job. One big obstacle was during the pandemic. I worked with a colleague and we were able to get a few grants focused on community outreach. That was difficult, especially talking about something that people were not quite interested in, but you had to do it because that's what the grant said, and also that's what it at the time it was the right thing to do, and I still believe it was the right thing to do. And so that was difficult to have difficult conversations with people who were not open to changing their minds about things, and so that was a very difficult obstacle that I had to overcome research wise. Number 5, if you could have dinner with any historical figure in the communication field, who would it be and what questions would you ask them? All right, this is a throwback, y'all, but I would definitely interview Condoleezza Rice. She is amazing, and I know a lot of you might not know who she is, but she did such amazing things at her university. She was provost. She also worked for the Bush administration and also has done some very, very cool stuff as Secretary of State at that time, and also continues to do cool powerful stuff. And so I would definitely ask her about what drives her, what keeps her level-headed, and then also what is something she regrets that she would, if she were to go back to do something over, what would she do differently? And so those would be the questions I would ask her. And then also regarding the book, student-teacher interactions in online learning environments and contributing to the chapter. Wow, these are in depth. Strategies for establishing and sustaining a social presence in the online learning environment. Can being a fully online student from the start of elementary school that is a family-related instructor cause a delay in building social connections? Is it better to have a non-related instructor? Interesting. So, and the interviewer had a comment: from what I've seen in public school, teachers are not normally allowed to have their own child as a student. In college classrooms, this is not technically the case, but it is permitted. Is it better to advocate for online schooling until a certain age, as a student might have a better basis of advocating for themselves over how they effectively learn better online? So I believe they should have a hybrid approach. And so I know some elementary school individuals who have been homeschooled through online learning environments like the K12.com piece. They offer online classes here in Texas, and so they've been online and they're graduating this year, and so I'm super proud of them. But then also, they have not had that face-to-face learning environment, and so they're going to college this next year, and so they can choose to go to college online or college face-to-face. But I'm advocating for a face-to-face piece because they also do a lot of extracurricular activities, and so I think it would be great for them to have another environment. And so I would definitely say that the online learning environment needs to be varied, because we never know what the workplace is going to look like. Yeah, we'll have AI there, but we will also have people with arms and legs and brains there as well. And so it's important to know how to transcend both environments. And so that's what I advocate for, especially if students are taking everything online. All right, so I am scrolling. All right, in your dissertation and also we have like 4 more questions. In your dissertation from 2007 and your reflection from 2019, these are good questions. What is a definite first step of action that can be acted on now to help decrease these societal barriers that African American undergraduate students experience? Wow, that's something that is important. But I will say that for many students right now, it's important to prepare for the college and the workplace of the future, for college now and then the workplace of the future, because it is not going to look like it looks like right now. A lot of students are using AI to complete their assignments. It is obvious. It's obvious who does it and who does not. And so you're able to see those critical thoughts and basically the reflection of the people who do not use AI as much. And then you're able to see like these just blanket non-emotional reflection based responses from folks. And so I would definitely say that for all students, especially African American students, it's important to prepare for the workplace of the future, because we don't know what it is truly going to look like, but it will reflect AI. So I advocate for AI in the classroom, but use it smartly. And also it makes me grade a little bit differently now. And so because of that, I know that in the workplace, they're going to expect more in less time. They're going to expect more critical thought in less time, because you're using AI to come out with those products. And so it's very important to know for all students, especially African American students, to know how they need to prepare now for their work life for the next 30, 40 years. All right. The 8th question is, and there wasn't a 7th question, so I guess 7th/8th, how do you see the communication field changing in the next 5 to 10 years? Yes, it is going to change. It is, we've had AI forever. I remember the paperclip guy who was on Microsoft Works 3.1, and so he was our little AI clippy guy. But and you could ask him questions. It wasn't quite smart, but it was something that would interact with you and make you want to type. But it's going to continue to change. It's going to continue to truly help us figure out how the next iteration of society is going to look. I'm a public affairs officer in the U.S. Navy Reserve, and so it has changed even in the small time that I've been in the Navy, which has been 4 years, almost 4 years. And so I see it changing a lot. I see The public relations field changing a lot, because they're going to ask for more products in less time. You'll have to know how to use it and how to use it smartly. And also, I see some programming elements and pieces that were not part of what we do in the communication field, or what part of what we teach. We're having to teach those now, because that is what the workplace of the future is going to want and need. They will ask for more for the same amount of pay, but more products and more productivity. There we go. That's how I feel that it will change. And then also a part of the, ooh, man, this is a good question. A part of from the courses you currently teach, what is your dream course to teach, and how would you structure it? I am an advocate for health. I love health. I do a lot of health things throughout the year for different populations of people. And so my dream course to teach that I taught last year was health communication, because it can truly impact someone's life and someone's life decisions, to help them make more informed decisions based on the information that they are able to find and conversations that we have. And so that would be the course that I will definitely love to teach again. Health communication was truly life-changing, and you could see those gears turning and those decisions being made in the classroom, whether for something or against something. So I don't advocate for either, but just here's the information in the US, here's the information in Australia, here's the information in the UK, and all these other countries. So take from it what you will, but it's a great way to make decisions for your body, because we only get one. All right, and what are your research plans for the next 7 years? Oh, good question. So I have several different research trajectories, but there are only four. The first one is definitely focusing on health, and it's the first one. Social media and /AI would be the second one. Also, rural communication would be the third. And fourth would be the military piece. As part of all of those, I'm very focused on micro-credentials. And so those emerge in all four of those fields. Think about rural areas and retooling, reskilling. If the main industry in town goes kaput, and that all of those jobs and that industry just goes away, what are the people going to do to retool and reskill? And so that's something I'm very focused on. So that encompasses the AI piece, the rural piece, and also the social media piece potentially as well. But that's it. For research trajectories, I try not to do a lot. And it also depends on our state and also our federal areas of concern, or areas of innovation as well. So I also follow what's happening in other countries to make sure that we're not too far off the mark. But definitely micro-credentials are my thing. That's my jam. And that's it. Hope you guys are having a great day. I hope this helps everyone, I guess, know a little bit more about me. And if you have any more questions, type them in the box below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye, y'all.